What is up, guys? Rysum here, and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's episode, I built this small ship here for you, and there's some things I want to tell you about this ship. Now, first of all, I really had some ideas in my head about like build designs and certain aesthetics that I wanted to put out into a ship, but I never really got the chance to do it. So this ship, more than anything, is an experiment of those designs. Now, I think it came out okay on some of these ideas that I had, but I think there's a lot of issues with it that I'll also talk about. Now, to start off with, you can see it's got kind of an interesting design. I wanted to make it look like an in-atmosphere like VTOL ship of sorts. It almost looks like a quadcopter with all these thruster ports on like these wing things here. But I really liked this whole design of having this overhanging edge. Not only does it protect like the center fuselage of the craft, but it also gives this kind of atmospheric, almost wing-like aesthetic to it that I really was happy with how that came out with. However, if you look on the edges here, you'll see that I used round blocks, and that's something I usually don't do. And the reason I don't usually use these blocks is they just don't look that good when put up against normal blocks. They kind of just look bad, and there's such a huge lack of support for them in vanilla mode that there's like some missing blocks that I'd like a curved block that would fit on the inside like this and make like an archway almost. I'd also like a curved block that is like a 1x2 that would replace like an armor ramp like this. And I'm sure there's mods for them. I think there actually are mods, but keeping this 100% vanilla, I couldn't really do much with that, though I still like how it came out generally. Now, another thing you might notice about this ship is the immense amount of small thrusters that I have, and there's no particular reason why I place these. In fact, having more small thrusters, I believe, is less efficient than having a few large thrusters, but I think it turned out okay. I wanted to kind of have this like strip light effect that goes around and creates a thruster bay almost, and that's really what I wanted to go for. Now yeah, I really liked how the rear came out, though. In the front and the sides, I'm not as happy, but I think it came out okay. The way I got away with having these thrusters on the insides here was because they're so far away that they don't actually affect each other, so they're not in danger of melting each other. I've got some cameras on the exterior here that I'll talk about in a moment, but underneath here is probably the main feature of this ship, and in fact, it's pretty bugged out right now. These are all the merge blocks on the bottom here, and if you didn't really put it together by this point, it's supposed to be like a cargo bay of sorts. It's almost like one of those helicopters, the cargo helicopters in real life, that have like this undercarriage almost, and they can carry supplies and stuff. That's what I was going for, and I think it turned out well in terms of how it looks. Like, I really like how it looks curved, kind of slope. I like that, but in functionality, it doesn't really work well, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment here. So if I grab a merge block, you can see even if I place it, it just comes right off. And I'll show you it again. If I place it, it'll just fall right off the craft, and that doesn't really make any sense to me. And even when I try attaching like this is a cargo kind of attachment that I wanted to place. Even if I try attaching this and it lets me place it, it just flies right off, so that's kind of annoying. It may have something to do with the clearance of the merge blocks, though I really don't know. Now, I'll go more into that in a little bit, but let's hop in the ship and take it for a bit of a spin. So this top cockpit here is the pilot seat, and I've got the hotbar set up so I can have controls for my landing gear and my lights and such, so I can actually toggle on and off my landing lights, those blue ones, and I can toggle on my indication lights if they weren't already on. There we go. You see them flashing green on the left side, or on the right side, and they should be flashing red on the opposite side. Maybe something I'll have to go into. Anyways, now the ship flies pretty well. No big issues or anything with, well, that's weird, the lights are way out, whatever. But the ship flies really well when it comes to forward acceleration. It's not the best, though. I'm pretty happy with how it came out considering it's only using small blocks. I really like how the speed works. It goes from 0 to max speed in 7 or 8 seconds, I believe, which isn't too bad. It could definitely be better, but like I said, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The only area where it does really lack speed is up and down, and that's because of the way I designed the wings. They don't really have much space for the thrusters without breaking up the whole kind of design. Now let's come back down here to the platform, and I'll show you the secondary cockpit, and we'll go more in depth on the cargo. And that's the landing gear banging around, so I can press the 1 key and they come out, come back in. They've given me so much grief and pain, these landing gear. They've broken off probably 30 times while trying to film this thing, so they're a bit bugged out if you place them on pistons, so just be wary of that. Now, if I hop into the secondary cockpit, this is the docking cockpit. As you can see, I have access to all of the cameras, including the docking port camera and the left and right sides. Now, these can be used for pretty much anything. It's pretty self-explanatory, but docking is especially useful if you're trying to pick up cargo. If we hop back into our cargo bay, I've got access to the turning on and off of all the merge blocks and whatnot. So that's pretty useful. Now, like I said, this was something, this ship was pretty much just a big experiment on me testing new aesthetics and looks, so I'm pretty happy with how some of the designs turned out. I want your guys' feedback, so go ahead and leave me a comment telling me what you think about it. All criticism is accepted, though. Don't be mean, please. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time.